The movie Leave the World Behind recently came out. It originally premiered November 22nd, 2023, but then streamed on Netflix on December 8th, 2023. It's a movie that's based off of a novel under the same name, but where things get strange is it was produced by a production company, Higher Ground Productions, which is ran by Barack and Michelle Obama. This has led to some interesting theories about this being a movie that's using predictive programming for something that's going to come later down the line. We'll look at that, as well as some strange subliminal messages that were in the movie and in the movie poster. For a reference of movies that are claimed to have predictive programming in it, in Total Recall, they use full body scanners. In The Dark Knight, mass phone surveillance for people's own good. In Enemy of the State, satellite tracking systems much like Google Street View. In Minority Report, retina scanners, and in Casino Royale, they had RFID trackable implants. These are all things that were put in movies and that are now a part of everyday life. When looking at Leave the World Behind, the main theme of the movie is a cyber attack that takes place that shuts down the power grid and brings an end of the world scenario on the Earth. What some find strange is that the week that this movie started premiering on Netflix, we were seeing in the news cyber attacks from China on the United States. December 11th, China's cyber army is invading critical US services. A utility in Hawaii, a West Coast port, and a pipeline are among the victims in the past year, officials say. A few days after the movie started streaming on Netflix, Fox covered China doing cyber attacks on the United States.
Meanwhile, watch out. China's cyber army is on the attack, infiltrating 24 critical U.S. entities at least over the past year. Just some of the victims. You got a water utility company over in Hawaii, along with a major West Coast port and oil and gas pipeline. What are they up to?
While the comparison of this cyber threat in the movie and then a recent upsurge in the talk of cyber attacks does seem strange, what may be even stranger is the subliminal messages that were put in this movie. In one of the opening scenes in the movie, we can see 3 sixes, of course, making 666 in the scene. We see a 6 here on the cup, a 6 on the clock, and then a 6 on another clock. The detail that goes into movies is tremendous. This was not done by any sort of accident. One of the last scenes in the movie as well, we can see the number on the screen also has 666 in the number. We can look here at one of the movie posters for the film, and when you look at all the names here at the top, they're in a certain order, and right here down the middle, you can see exactly spelled out perfectly, B-A-A-L, or Baal, one of the ancient false gods that was mentioned many times in the Bible not to follow or have any part of. Many verses in the Bible cover this topic of the Baals that people were worshiping in ancient times. One verse to reference is Numbers 25:3. So Israel yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor, and the Lord's anger burned against them. Judges 2:11 is another verse, and it says, "Then the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord and served the Baals." There's absolutely no chance that that's a coincidence that that is in the movie poster. Under President Barack Obama, we saw a massive escalation using race as a weapon to divide people within the United States. Because people who are divided are easier to control. They create the problem and then come in with a solution. It's a class of Hegelian dialectic. We can even look at a few Google trend charts and just see when you type in racist what happens. Right around the time Barack Obama becomes president, we see a continuation of a massive trend of people searching this more. Or when we look at black versus white, around 2008, when Barack Obama first became president, we just see an uptrend from there. Many different things around this. Much of this division on race and sex and all these different things started to take place under the Obamas. So is it any coincidence that this is one of the scenes in the movie creating more division among races?
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people. Even Mom would agree with me on that.
Now, looking more into this being a potential of predictive programming within the movie, the people who are the safest are the elites, people in the know, and people who were preparing for disasters. What have we seen recently in the news? I covered this on my Sling and Stone live channel recently, but what we're seeing is elites starting to prepare for the end of the world. This article, why is Mark Zuckerberg building a private apocalypse bunker in Hawaii?
What is the world's 7th richest man doing with the money he owns? Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, has started to prepare for the doomsday. Yes, the Facebook founder is creating a compound which also features a doomsday bunker. He is creating this compound in Hawaii. The compound is located on the Hawaiian island of Kauai. Conservative estimates put the total price of the compound at $100 million, which comprises underground bunkers, luxurious mansions, and other self-reliant features. The massive $1 million project will have its own sources of food and energy. The secret project, which the Meta chief is apparently hiding from the public, is called Kulau Ranch. The project, which revealed that ranch is one of the most expensive personal construction projects in modern history.
The contractors working on this have also signed non-disclosure agreements, which is kind of strange, but I guess makes sense in a way. But again, these are the elites of the world, and just like in the movie, what are they doing preparing for these disasters? Another article that came out recently, Mark Zuckerberg and other billionaires are building massive hidden bunkers. So is this a coincidence that this is starting to happen more and more with the elites of the world, and at the same time we're seeing movies on cyber attacks where the elites are the ones who are safe because they have these bunkers? I don't know, you can make up your own mind. Bible prophecy even references that this will be going on in the end times, that these kings of the earth will be hiding in caves and in the rocks of the earth, and they will actually say rocks fall on us and have the walls cave in on us, hide us from the wrath of the Lamb that's coming. Revelation 6:15 through 16. And the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, the commanders, the mighty men, every slave and every free man, hid themselves in caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. So is this movie a sign of predictive programming? Well, it seems like the cyber threat is absolutely something to be concerned about, and there are examples of predictive programming in movies in the past, so it's something to consider, especially with the Obamas, who are definitely people who are in the know in the world. But what's most important right now, as any time in history, is to put your trust in Jesus Christ, because he's the one who can give you safety, guidance in this life, but most importantly for all of eternity. So I pray that you'll put your trust in Jesus. That's where the full truth is, in the Bible and the God of the Bible alone. I hope and pray you'll do that. I hope and pray you're well. Thanks for watching, and God bless.